Hi guys, I'm Lawrence, and I have new glasses, plus a sunburn on my face. Today, we're gonna make pedal spikes. So for some, not everybody wants to spend $150, $300 on a set of pedals, and some people just like having whatever shape of pedals that they already have. So what we're gonna do today is take a piece of our favorite spike mat for roller chairs, or whatever office chair, and we're gonna cut off a couple segments. I'm using tin snips to cut this. You could use a regular pair of scissors, but you're gonna have a rough time. The reason you want to have pedal spikes is because you end up getting way more safety for your riding. If you ever find yourself on any like rough terrain, any gravel, dirt, or even like any random small speed bump, pedal spikes can keep you from slipping and getting your feet to change position while you're riding, which is definitely not what you want. So cut off two small segments, just make sure it's enough to be able to cover whatever you're trying to add spikes to. That's close enough, that works. Alright, so it's curved, hard plastic. Sometimes you end up having a little bit of an issue with getting it straight. So what we're gonna do is use a heat gun to flatten it out. What I'm gonna do is take a pedal and lay it flat on top after I heat this up. So along with having what else do we need for this? So we're going to be needing the carbon mat spikes. We're going to need regular grip tape, and then for mounting the pedals onto the mounting the spikes onto the pedal. Sorry, you just need some E6000 hot glue. You can use crazy glue, but it's probably going to be expensive with the amount that you're going to be using. So one of the perks of having pedal spikes is it ends up being way cheaper than metal spikes or literally any other like third-party brand stuff. Just because you could make so many for such little price. Okay, so now that's starting to cool and get flat, what I'm going to do is measure it out. So I'm going to take the pedal, we're going to line that up right on top of there, and I'm going to take a Sharpie. I like to use the silver ones just because it's easier to see on the black. But if you have any other fancy color that you decide that makes more sense, then have at it. I'm just going to trace around this. Then we have a general shape of what that's going to be like. So from here, you make your outline, but then you end up realizing that your cap, or the cap that I dropped, the edge of the pedal ends up being a little bit wider than where you want it. So you take your line and then just cut on the inside, and then as far as these ends go, it's not necessary to have it extend all the way out. So I'm just going to cut a straight line across from that side. Also using the tin snips as I was before. It also makes it way easier after heating it up. Tin snips float through this thing like melted plastic. I wouldn't say butter because butter is a little bit softer. Okay, we have a shape. Next thing I'm going to do is take my handy dandy grip tape and get an estimated size of how much I need to cut. Take a box cutter, chop that down. And we're going to peel. So something that I don't like with current day wheels as of February 2022 is a lot of unicycles have been coming with spikes but no grip tape. It's a whole bunch of backwards thinking, or not necessarily backwards, but it's like a lateral movement, because sure, you have spikes to hold you, but then you have grip tape that you're missing out on for all the rest of the surface of the unicycles. So to anybody who's in with whatever companies, just give us some grip tape still. It would make sense. So right now I'm just pressing all the spikes through, just getting it all even. You want to go from one side to the other, not necessarily from like the outside in, because if you do from one side to the other, then you have a higher likelihood of creating a little bubble on the inside. Okay, so now we have grip tape on here, we have our spikes. We're going to take our either tin snips, or you can use the box cutter again. And we're just going to trim at the edge to cut away all that extra grip tape. Unless you really want to keep that extra grip tape, then have at it. So now we have a pedal spike. What we can do is we can take this whole area and we could rough it up with the excess grip tape. Sorry for the sound. But the reason you would do that is to rough that surface up, so the E6000 double-sided tape or whatever adhesive you end up using just sticks that much better onto the pedal. So now with that, we're going to take our pedal and then we are going to mount it. So you can buy either like the little multiple tubes of E6000, or you can get the larger tubes like such. But it doesn't matter as long as you have material to adhere. So what I'm going to do is start off at the edges, because that's the highest likelihood area of it peeling back. So we're going to do that, and I'll just spiral in with the rest of it all. Okay. And then with that, we're just gonna stick it on. I like to stick it directly onto the on the original grip tape of the pedal, because doing so allows for you to be able to peel it off in the future, or at least with an easier time. But yeah, eventually give that either 24 hours or however long E6000 allows you to set, or wants you to set the adhesive, then you're good to go. So yeah, pedal spikes. I use it on my wheel, EXN. First wheel I did it to was my King Song 60X, but again, throw it onto your pedal spikes or onto your pedals, and you'll have a way safer time if you ever hit a speed bump. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay safe, guys. Thanks.